Oh, I've been hunched over this desk for so long. I've been reading through like really old Facebook statuses on my old profile. I don't know why I did it to myself. So let's talk about some things that I regret over the 5-year course of me doing YouTube. I mean, obviously I started YouTube sooner than that with like smaller channels and stuff, but 2012 was when I really took it seriously and, you know, put everything that I had into it, and it paid off. But there are some mistakes I've made, and, you know, I don't want to keep always going on about certain mistakes, but I thought it would be good to just have a place where I can just say, these are all the things that I think I fucked up. Let's talk about them. I regret being so open when I first started. Primarily, I regret making the awkward sexy teenage moments video. Yes, it got me more subscribers, and, you know, I don't like this whole, you know, if I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing. Obviously, that had an impact and it helped me, but I hate that video. It's my least favorite video. I look terrible. I'm oversharing about my sex life, you know, whilst my dad was watching my videos, and I just think it was oversharing. And that's not me saying I'm a prude, that's not me saying that we shouldn't talk about sex and stuff, but for me, looking back at that video now, like, I hate it. And I think there was a lot that I overshared, you know. I was very upfront about a lot of things in my life that, you know, I now rein in. I don't talk about my personal life. Even though I have this channel to talk about my personal life, there's lots that I don't talk about, you know. But back then, it didn't matter because I didn't have an audience who would look into everything, and, you know, there was no back catalogue or anything, so I just overshared everything. I regret deleting old videos. I regret deleting Pink Fluffy Hat Time. I regret deleting the fixation music video that I made, which is why I started this channel, because wouldn't it be amazing to look back at that now and watch it and then release the new version of fixation and be like, we've come full circle. But I deleted it. I regret deleting all of the 50 Shades of Grey videos when really I could have just privated them, but I was really, really freaking out that my channel would get deleted. So I deleted them all in a panic because of the copyright strike I got on one of them. I regret deleting a lot of old videos. I don't regret deleting the Q&A ones I did in late 2014. Everyone keeps asking me to bring them back, but, like, ultimately, they were videos that I thought sucked, and I still think they sucked, and it was a bad move. And I'm actually going to talk about that more in a minute. I regret closing my second channel, which doesn't make sense, Blackery TV. I regret closing that because then I wouldn't have had to start this channel. I already had, like, quite a nice subscriber base on there, and it would have just made more sense, you know, if I was going to have a second channel, to just keep that one. But again, I guess I was going through a phase where I was deleting lots of stuff, which, you know, it happens with me. But yeah, I kind of miss that channel. I miss just being able to upload everything on there. I regret taking things so personally with a few YouTubers. Again, I'm going to get shit for bringing this up again. Back in 2012, I would email my favourite YouTubers with their public email addresses asking if they wanted to collab, and when they didn't reply, I took it really personally, like they were really rude and they hated me, and I started getting this sort of a vendetta against them, thinking, you know, oh, they didn't even respond. Whereas now, I'm sure my management get loads of emails asking if I want to collab, and I get tweets asking if I want to collab, and it's not out of rudeness that I don't reply, it's just that once you reply to one and you feel bad saying no because you don't know them, and back then I didn't understand that, and I just took it as an affront, and I let, you know, negative misconceptions about these people that I didn't know get to me. And sorry, someone's just parked outside my house. Ooh, go away, please. I don't know, I regret making enemies like that. I regret thinking the whole world revolved around me, and why wouldn't they want to collab with me? I'm a big deal. I had like 10,000 subscribers and they had like 250,000. But yeah, I regret that a lot. I regret being so upset by criticism to start off with, and I regret doubting myself and changing for the people who didn't like me. So a few years ago, I mean, up until maybe like 2015, I think I would read all of the gossip forums like religiously. I'd refresh the page, I had it like bookmarked, and like anytime someone said anything about me, was slightly negative, I would get really upset by it. I'd reference the fact that I'd read it, and I would change who I was to try and appease the people who didn't like me, because I was convinced I could make them like me. The fact is, if people have made up their mind about you, they're gonna continue to dislike you no matter what you do. I went a whole year without checking gossip forums and stuff, and that year taught me a lot. You know, I no longer get really all that affected. People are allowed to criticize me now. I'm allowing them, but like negative opinions of me, you know, people are gonna dislike you, and I'm okay with it now. I can read those. I've gone back and I've read those forums. I'm just like, I can think whatever they want. Like, I'm not, you know, it doesn't bother me anymore. But I used to get really upset, and I used to change everything about me to try and be the person that these forums would want me to be. And yeah, I grew up. I don't really care anymore, you know. You can say anything you like, you're probably right, you know, but I'm cool with who I am, so it's all good. I regret being so vocal on Twitter about everything. I regret going off on YouTube books, and I know that I was kind of like the anti-hero for that. I know that I put myself in the position where I was like, I'm not like other YouTubers, I'm different, I'm special, you know, I don't write YouTuber books, I hate ghostwriting and all this stuff, and I used to proper go off. I used to shade other YouTubers whenever like some sort of drama happened. People would go, I can't wait to see what Emma Blackery's got to say about this. And I regret always shouting off about stuff. Now I mostly mind my own business, unless like my friend is getting upset, in which case I'll wade in. But a lot of things just don't bother me now. You know, like, people can do whatever they want. There are still people, you know, not writing their own books. There are still some people doing what I used to consider selling out. I don't care anymore. I just care about me, and I care about, you know, giving you guys something that you want. And I regret being vocal about me and Cherry falling out. That was very public, and it upset both of us. It upset her a lot more than it upset me, because I was a dick. I did make a whole video about that, but I've accidentally deleted it, and I'm really sad about it. But we will remake it. I regret always just shouting off on Twitter and making enemies, because I was, you know, both in YouTubers and in people who would potentially watch me. You know, I gave off this attitude that I am nasty, you know, and I don't like that. You know, I regret doing that. I regret only focusing on comedy. That's something that I'm still dealing with, because I'm now in this position where I don't feel like I can upload something on my main channel that isn't funny because people won't like it. I still feel trapped in that. I still feel like I have to be funny because I focused on comedy. I built my channel around comedy. If I suddenly uploaded, you know, a haul video, people would just be so confused and unsubscribe, and they wouldn't care. And, you know, I put myself in this niche, and I do regret that. You know, I should have broadened it a little bit, but you know, it's cool. I can still do comedy stuff, but I'm not a creative person, really. I'll be honest. You know, I'm not the most imaginative of people. Big channels have people working around the clock to come up with comedy ideas and stuff, and that's why they get videos out like every day, every 2 days. Me, I struggle to find a good idea now. I used all my good ideas back in 2012, 2013, so, you know, that's kind of a trap. I regret creating the schedule that I created in late 2014, where I tried doing 3 videos a week. There was like 1 Ask Emma, 1 random video, 1 comedy video, and like I actually, I'll be honest, like I really did like it. I thought it was cool. I got like a really big professional camera, I got loads of lighting, I made a studio background, but people hated it because it didn't feel personal anymore. It felt corporate. Basically I tried to be a community channel with a really nice filming background and stuff, and people weren't used to it and they didn't like it, and I totally get that now. You know, I get why people reacted badly to it. I regret trying to force that and not really thinking it through. I start a lot of things without thinking them through, which I'll talk about in a second. I regret closing Boxes of Foxes in the way that I did. I don't regret closing it. I'm glad I closed it. I miss it sometimes, but I'm glad that I stopped making videos on there. But I just regret how I did it. I regret the video that I made talking about it. I regret trying to rebrand it as a daily vlogging channel. I regret the confusion that it all caused. You know, I regret saying, oh, well, people won't take me seriously if I have so many channels. I think I was going through a phase where I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was getting all this publicity from being on the Busted tour, and I panicked a little bit. And yeah, I regret you know, closing it the way I did. I wish I'd sort of just slowed down, and ultimately this channel is becoming, you know, as close to Boxes of Foxes as we can get, I think now. Like, I'm doing Lush stuff here, you know, I'm doing makeup stuff here. You know, this channel is where everything that isn't comedy goes now. I have 2 channels, and that's it. And it's genuinely, that's the way I want to keep it now. And I prefer this channel because I can just be myself. But yeah, I regret having, I think I had like 4 or 5 channels going at once at one point, you know, and it was just stupid. It was just so, I had too many channels, and I'm glad I closed Boxes of Foxes. I just wish I'd done it in a better way. And last thing, I think the last thing so far at least that I regret is starting my gaming channel. As much as I enjoyed the Life is Strange videos, and as much as I enjoyed the Sims 4 videos, I regret starting it because I thought I had the time. I mean, at the time, I did have the time. I could upload every day. Things moved on, things changed, and I realised why gaming wasn't a priority for me. And like I said, I'm probably going to move over to Twitch, do live streaming if I ever want to do it. But for now, like, I can't do daily uploads on a gaming channel. I can't sit there and edit. I couldn't even get an editor because the channel was doing so badly that an editor would have cost more than the views I was getting, and I didn't really have the resources to spend money to make money. So yeah, I regret starting it, you know, and I'm glad it brought a lot of joy to a lot of people, but yeah, it was one of those things I wish I'd never started. But like, I know this is kind of like a negative video, but there's loads of stuff that I'm really proud of as well. You know, I'm proud of how far we've come. I'm proud of being dedicated to one channel consistently for 5 years, and this one for, well, a good few months now. I'm proud of how far I've come as a person. I'm proud that I've grown up. I'm proud that I can look at my mistakes and acknowledge them as mistakes and say to other people, don't do what I did, you know. I'm proud of the friends I've made. Yeah, there's a lot that I'm proud of, more than I regret, you know. But I just wanted to talk about some stuff that I wish I hadn't done or wish I'd done differently. And yeah, there's a lot that I've learned over 5 years. I think I haven't ever grown as much in a 5-year span as I have between the ages of 20 and 25. I feel like I've become an adult now. I still fuck up sometimes, you know, I still do some stupid shit sometimes, I still make mistakes, but overall I think I'm getting there. I'm finding myself, if I ever will find myself. I'm a better person now than I was, and hopefully people can learn from these mistakes, and I have learned from my mistakes. I don't think I'm ever going to create another channel again, except for the Vivo where my music is going to go, but like, apart from that, I'm just leaving it now. It's just gonna be Vloggery and my main channel, and I stay out of other people's business, and I don't dwell on the negative criticism anymore. Yeah, I just feel happier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry that I'm still stuffed up and snotty. I'm currently in Amsterdam right now as you're watching this, so hopefully this has gone up on time. Yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Gonna continue with Vida. It's gonna keep on going, and I will speak with you all very soon.